Hello everyone, I'm Surabhi. Welcome here. I'm a homeschooling mother of two little girls aged 5 and 6, and today I'm here to burst 5 myths of homeschooling. Considering everyone wants to homeschool, considering the situation we are in, these are the 5 main questions, 5 main concerns, 5 main judgments, and 5 main fears I faced when I was deciding that I want to homeschool or not. So I thought that this video of mine will help the parents to make a conscious decision about whether they want to homeschool, not to homeschool, because they are the genuine concerns in a way of parents. So just thought that intention to help everyone out to spread more information about homeschooling and burst the myths which normal people have about homeschooling. So that's the only intention here. So starting with the first one, that we are Indians, we live in Singapore, but we follow the Indian education system. And how can you homeschool? I mean, you'll not send your child to school ever? I mean, like, is it even possible? I mean, yes, I'm not doing a crime. In India, homeschooling is completely legal. And fortunately, in India, the government does not bother much about it. It's very relaxed. In a sense that, I mean, if you're in Singapore, if you're Singaporean, you have to take a permission from the government. You have to submit the documents and get everything approved and checked if you want to homeschool. If you're in Germany, homeschooling is completely illegal. If you're in some specific state of USA, you need to again submit documents, get approvals, provide a curriculum and all the details to get the approval before you start homeschooling. But if you're Indian, homeschooling is completely legal. You don't need to register your child anywhere. You don't need to tell anyone you're homeschooling. You just homeschool your kids when you want and how you want, and there is no external agency who is going to bother you or going to trouble you because you're homeschooling your child, because homeschooling is completely legal in India. You don't need to register anywhere or tell any government agency about it. You can homeschool whenever you are ready. Second thing, uh, oh, you're homeschooling, your child must be really genius now or must be really really good, and that's why this education system is not good, that's why you want to homeschool. Or maybe your child has a problem that you want to homeschool, she's not able to study in the normal school, something wrong with her. No, my kids are completely normal kids who are just normal as I was normal when I was 6 year old, or any other kid 6 year old or 5 year old would be, uh, yes, I have seen many families who homeschool because their kids are like prodigies. They're really, really good in academics or something like that. And obviously, the school system does not meet their needs. The curriculum the school has does not meet their need, and that's why they homeschool. I have met many families who kids could not cope the pressure of school or did not like the school, or whatever. They did not fit in the system, and that's why they choose to homeschool. It worked for them out in certain ways because of some problem they had with the system or something like that. For me, my kids have never been to school, they don't know about the system, and still I homeschool, because not because I have a problem with the system, it's because I want to homeschool. And they're different, normal, pretty normal kids, the kids who fight for writing. I mean, they detest, my elder one detests writing, my younger one is just simply not bothered to write. My elder one loves reading and can read Harry Potter at the age of 5 and 6, but does not read Hindi at all, does not like writing at all, okay with maths, and like normal kid, normal kid. And my 5 year old is a kinesthetical learner, but she also learns what a kindergartner should learn. My first kid is learning what a grade 1 should learn, and it's my approach to them that for something I fuss about, some stuff I fuss about, some stuff I don't fuss about. Okay, don't know Hindi, don't want to write, okay, I'm okay with it, eventually you'll learn one day. So it's approach. Okay, it's not that my kids are extra genius or extra this one. No, you don't need to be extra special in any term to be homeschooled. You don't need to be extra special parent to homeschool. You homeschool because you love it, because you can do it, it works for you. Your kids will homeschool, or kids want to get homeschooled because they love it, they want to get homeschooled, and that's why they get homeschooled. There might be other reasons for different people, but for me, no, my kids are pretty normal kids. I'm a pretty normal student. I was a pretty normal student. I'm a pretty normal person, and we homeschool because it works for us. As simple as that. There is no other factors involved. The third one, that how can you homeschool? You're not a teacher. Yes, I'm an engineer by profession and then an MBA. I had no idea how do you teach a 6-year-old addition. I have no idea how you teach Hindi. In fact, I used to ask my mom that, Mama, how did you teach me Hindi? My Hindi is so complicated. And how did you teach? And mom said, oh, you learned, yeah. So yes, I did not know how to teach my kids because I know how to talk to adults. I did not know how to talk to a 6-year-old. 2 plus 2 is 4. I can teach you that, but how do you tell a 6-year-old? Because 6-year-old, it doesn't make any sense. Especially for 5-year-old, it doesn't make any sense at all. So then I learned. I learned from YouTube videos, I learned from books, I learned from people, I attended seminars. I mean, I really worked very hard to just learn the learning style of my child and then gather the material which would help my child to learn and practice myself before I started teaching them. I mean, I'm not a Montessori trained child. I have no idea about Montessori. I don't know about phonics. I was like a conventional school child, like every other parent. Our generation was always like that. And we were pretty good at it. But yes, I learned phonics myself. I learned Montessori approach myself. I learned Montessori maths myself because that's the way I wanted my kids to learn. And that is the way my kids, try to learn. I mean, worksheets did not make sense to my 5-year-old. It did not. So yeah, I had to go to Montessori math to explain the things and they picked up. So I don't need to be trained in a conventional degree way to be a teacher, but yes, I need to learn myself if it doesn't come naturally to you. And some people are good teachers by themselves. I was not. I'm not from a teaching profession side in any way, but I learned how to teach a 5-year-old. I learned how to teach a 4-year-old, what to teach, how to teach, what are the materials, and everything I learned. But I don't have a degree yet. I'm not a phonics trained person, but I learned to teach, and then you can teach your child. You don't need a degree for it. Sure, you don't need. Next one. Homeschool. So kids don't have any friends. I mean, they don't meet people, right? Like, see, school kids have so many school friends. What about your kids? You don't meet people. Like, how will they socially adjust when they go to society? And many questions, judgments, and that is the biggest worry of parents. There are 2 things I want to tell you. There is something called personality of a child, and there is something called social life of a child. Give an example. I am an introvert person, and my husband is an extrovert person. We both are conventionally schooled. I get charged when I get my own time, with books, with music, with my quiet time. My husband gets charged when he meets different people, he talks to different people. That's how we operate. But socially active, I meet many more people every single day of the week because we homeschool, so we are out most of the time and we have to meet many people going to different classes, different places and everything. But my husband, being an extrovert, but still meets only 8 people of his team and maybe plus 2 or 3 if he meets bosses and all, every single day, all the year. So if you say, I'm much more socially active, though I am an introvert, and he cannot be much socially active because he's enclosed in that office, but he's an extrovert. The same goes to kids. Kids can have their own personality, be it conventional school or homeschool. They may be introvert and extrovert. I mean, a conventional school child can also be introvert like I was, but they can be socially active depending on how many social gatherings they go to, how many people do they meet every day, how many people do they interact with every single day in all 7 days of the week. In conventional school, you meet those set of 20 or 40 people and those set of 8 teachers every single day for the 5 days of the week. My kids meet different group of friends every single day, and someday they don't meet any friends because I'm just being lazy and we're not going anywhere, or we just need rest. So schooling, being conventional, being homeschooled, does not have to do anything with the social structure or social behavior or anything like that. Yeah, if you lock your child inside a house and you say you're homeschooling, then that's a different story, but then that is not homeschooling. That is not homeschooling. Homeschooling is everything else. So yeah, we homeschool, we meet a lot of people, we have different classes, we have different groups to meet. Most of because my kids are pretty small, so they don't go to many classes, just go to one dance class and one art class, that's it. That too from January they started, and then pandemic happened. But yeah, apart from that, we go to homeschool group meets, we go to museum tours, we go to social Universal Studios, and we meet a lot of people. We talk to many people every single day, new people every single day. And so I won't say they are socially awkward, I would say they are socially active, but if you meet my 6-year-old, you will feel that she is a reserved child because she is an introvert like me. She needs a wavelength to be matched if she want to talk to someone. She's like me, and so you can't say because she's like this because she's homeschooled. No, because I have my 5-year-old who is socially very active, who talks so much, and he talk to anyone and anything without any sense, because that's her personality. She's like that, and she's also homeschooled. So that is not the judgment you can pass to any single child, and you should not pass any judgment to child, because when a conventional child, you don't say, conventional school child, don't say it's extrovert or introvert, or if he's silent or something like that, right? So don't pass his judgment to homeschoolers too. They're also normal kids like others. Just keeping it there. Next one, which is a recent thing. Oh, we are also homeschooling our kids. Good, you were homeschooling before only. Now you know how to homeschool. Now we have to do that. What is happening now is not homeschooling. Even I say we are not homeschooling. It's called pandemic schooling. It is completely pandemic schooling because we are locked in the house. My kids have not seen their friends or any other people. They have not talked to any other people in last 4 months except their mom and dad, because we don't take them to anywhere apart from morning exercise routine. They don't talk to anyone. They don't go to grocery store. They don't go to any social place. They don't go to parks or anyone. They have not talked to another human being apart from their parents in last 3 to 4 months physically. I mean, they're talking on phones and everything, but like physically. And this is not homeschooling. This is not homeschooling. And what the other students, like I mean, those who are conventional school, their teachers are teaching through Zoom classes or Google Meets on the online way, and they're also meeting their friends virtually or seeing them virtually. That is also not homeschooling. That is home-based learning. I mean, it's a beautiful term which Singapore government carved out, that that here the students will be enrolled to home-based learning till we have pandemic. So they will be learning at home. Teachers will be teaching through WhatsApp or whatever other social media platform or Zoom or anything. But that is not homeschooling, because in homeschooling, the parent decides what the child is going to learn, how he's going to learn, what is going to learn, and everything about a child. And parent is going to teach the child. Here your teacher is teaching. His teacher had decided the curriculum. His teacher is checking the assignment. His teacher is responsible for the education of your child. You are just a facilitator. You take what came in the WhatsApp, you take a printout, you help your child to do it and submit to teacher. That is not homeschooling, So, in fact, now that's what I'm telling. Let's call this pandemic schooling, not confuse the term. It is pandemic schooling we all are doing, and we just hope that it gets over very soon, because it is hard for you, it is hard for us also. It's not easy because even we are not able to homeschool the way we usually homeschool. It doesn't come easy to us too. So let's not confuse the terms. Home-based learning, pandemic schooling, and homeschooling, they are all different, just different. So that's what I want to talk here, and hope you enjoyed the video, and bye-bye.